Got so much news going on, I don't even know where to start. This is going to be a long video. Got a lot of shit going on. I just want to start by sending my condolences to Sean Derrick, age 40, of Tennessee. He was a friend of So Will James, 187, passed away after taking the, I think it was the Madeira, or maybe it was the Pfizer COVID shot. Watch it. I don't want to get my video flagged. I mentioned COVID. Rest in peace. I want to send my condolences to So Will 187, his friend, Sean Derrick. He had a YouTube channel called something We're Trash. Good God, You're Trash. I think it was the name of his YouTube channel. He was in the gaming community. Well loved. I want to send my condolences. Sorry for your loss, So Will. I know we had our differences on social media, but we come together. But anyway, so Canada has listed the 3%er as a terrorist organization. Why should we care about what anything Canada does? Why should we care about what Mongo's country does? This is a country that does not have a legislative process, also known as a constitutional republic. A son of a bitch goes off on a shooting spree, and the dictator comes up and says, "We're taking all the guns." That's not even mob rule. That's straight up socialism. That's straight up the same thing that Fidel Castro does. Okay? Democracy is mob rule. We live in a constitutional republic. Okay? Where we have a legislative process. Okay? We, the people, are in charge. That's what a constitutional republic is. Okay? We're not the only free country in the world. We're not the last, but there's quite a few free countries in the world. If you want to get technical, Somalia is free. I'm sure Iraq and Syria are pretty free right now. I'm sure Afghanistan's pretty free. So all I gotta say to Canada is fuck you, buddy. What do I care what Canada says? They listed the Proud Boys as a terrorist organization. They're not even white supremacists. They're not. Okay, I've met Enrique Tarrio in person twice, D.C. and Florida. Really nice guy. Really nice guy. Very nice guy. I met Enrique Tarrio in person. He didn't found the Proud Boys. He took over his leadership. It was Gavin McInnes. I never met Gavin McInnes, but I've met Enrique Tarrio. Awesome guy. You can check out my CPAC videos from Florida. They're probably on private on my other channel because of flags, but yeah, really nice guy. But anyway, it was, this is nothing about white supremacy, and it's not a myth, okay? It was 3% of the colonialists, okay, that fought against the British and made us free. That's where it comes in. It only took 3%. That's why it's called 3%. This is not a myth. You might as well say Paul Revere is a myth. The British are coming. The British are coming. Paul Revere is a fucking... He is a hero, okay? He was part of that 3% movement. This is 3%, not white supremacy. Stupid people make up, oh, white supremacy. It looks like a W. You can say this is West Side. What about the West Side thing? The West Side, right? Back in the 90s when you had the East Coast versus West Coast rap wars. Tupac and Biggie. Okay? But anyway, I'm going to Ohio tomorrow. Trump is coming in. Lorain County Fairgrounds. Leaving in the morning. It's going to be a long day. I got my hotel reserved for Texas next month. CPAC 2021, Dallas, Texas. I'm going to Texas, baby. Next month. What else is happening? John McAfee did not kill himself. What else is happening? A lot of stuff's happening. Everybody hear about that condo collapsing in Miami, Florida? They said like 159 people are still missing. So Real James took a vacation in Florida and farted. Damn it, So Real. Told you not to fart on the fucking beach. Sent shockwaves through Miami. The blood is on your hands. So Real, the blood is on your hands. But anyway, what else is happening? Oh, guess where I went today for lunch? I went to the Green Dot Stables today for lunch. Detroit. I love Detroit. One of my favorite cities. A lot of good things happening in Detroit. We got a new police chief in Detroit, and he's cracking down on crime. He's coming up. He's doing a hardcore. Yeah, I love his work. I forgot his name, but he arrested. There was a crackdown today, and they arrested 28 felons today during this rain. Maybe it was yesterday, but it's been raining like hell today in Detroit. I was doing some contract work today in Detroit. I do contract work all over the place. I was in Detroit today doing some contract work. Raining like hell. So I took a lunch break. I went over to Green Dot Stables for the first time. If you're not familiar with what's going on, Green Dot Stables was at the center of a lot of controversy because they had a racist employee making racist comments. And she was a real troublemaker, and they fired her. I went to Green Dot Stables today. So basically what happened was the Antifa BLM, Michigan Antifa, Michigan BLM, whatever. They got their own little groups. There's several groups I'm not going to name. They know who I am. I've had several encounters with these nerds. It's the same faces I see. They have the little Facebook live streams and, whatever. So they protesting every day outside the restaurant, trying to block the driveway, just causing trouble because this employee was discriminated against and this restaurant is racist. I went inside that restaurant today and they had 3 or 4 black people working there. They had 2 cooks that are black, a waitress is black. They had one of the servers, she was Jewish. I can't say that this restaurant is racist at all. There was a black couple in there eating with their kid. I mean, there was a Hispanic couple in the other corner. Okay? I didn't see any racism in there at all. I seen diversity. Okay? Great food, by the way. I'll be back. I will be back. So, yeah. I support small business. That's what I do. I support small business. Especially small businesses that stand up against racism. Do not cater to the mob. Do not cater to the rage mob. Don't ever do that. You'll regret it later. Trust me. I know people that cater to the rage mob and they regretted it. So, whatever the little children outside do, they have their constitutional rights. They can do whatever they want, but do not cater to them. But anyway, what else is going on? A lot of shit's going on. Oh my God. My head's pounding. I was all over Detroit today. Oh my God. Going to Ohio tomorrow. Trying to think what else is going on. There's a lot of shit going on. I don't even know where to start. Britney wants to be free. John McAfee didn't kill himself. And we got Joe Biden, who, did you hear Joe Biden's comments about, the Second Amendment? That proves why we had the Second Amendment. When you have a government that comes up and says, we have nukes, we have F-fighter jets, we have more power than you, that's basically what Joe Biden said was the same thing that Eric Swalwell, whatever his name, that representative out in California that was running for president, who said, nuke the gun owners. Oh, we have nukes. He said the same thing. When a government comes up and says, we have more power than you, that is the reason we have the Second Amendment. That's the reason it was written. Not for hunters, not for burglars, carjackers. Okay? Not for these little thug Trayvon Martins walking around. No, the Second Amendment was written for people like Joe Biden, people like Eric Swallow, that want to go up there and say, hey, we got more firepower than you. Really? Well, let me say this. For those that think that because they have the nukes and the F-fighter jets and the 50 caliber machine guns and whatever else, well, let me say this. Syria, Somalia, Libya, Iraq, and Afghanistan is fair enough evidence of proof that just because the government has more firepower, it doesn't satisfy the outcome of the how do I say this? Just because they have more firepower, the government, those countries, Libya, Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria, is proof that just because a government has more firepower, it does not satisfy the outcome of the war. It does not determine, have more firepower does not determine the outcome of the war. Okay? Those countries, Afghanistan is proof of that. Syria is proof of that. Somalia is definitely proof of that. Libya is definitely proof of that when they overthrew Gaddafi. Okay? So, my question to China's got 2 billion people. What are you guys waiting for? Why don't you overthrow your communist government? Okay? They got more firepower? Have you guys ever seen the movie, I forgot the name of that movie. Jennifer Lawrence was in it. Not The Purge. She was in that movie. She made like 3 or 4 of them. I can't think of the name of the movie. The Hunting Games or something like the Hunting Games or the Hunger Games or whatever the hell. Well, there was one scene where they called the Capitol, where they were releasing firepower on the people, like thousands of them, and the people they went down. The few front lines, they went down, but they were able to overthrow that group. I mean, it took a bunch of them. You guys never seen these Civil War movies, okay? Where they had the muskets and they boom, boom, and the front and the line keeps getting closer and closer, boom, and eventually it overcomes them. You know. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. There's power in numbers. Okay? There is power in numbers. You might take the first couple of lines down, but eventually that 3rd, 4th, 5th line is gonna go to the front line. You can only and you can mow down people. You can mow down the first few lines. Guess what? Eventually you're gonna run out of bullets. And then when you have no bullets left, that 6th, 7th line is gonna come up on you. And what are you gonna do? It's going to be a stampede, and there's hundreds of lines more. So, message to these government elites: just because you have more firepower than us does not mean you're in charge. Okay? There's more power in numbers. 200 million gun owners in this country. There's over 1 billion guns in this country. 1 billion. I don't care what the numbers say. Well, there's 300 something registered gun. That's registered. Registered. The key word is registered. I don't know how many guns is in this country. My number is 1 billion in this country alone. I don't know the exact number. Statistics lies. Have you guys ever seen the movie Natural Born Killers? Look at the last scene in the movie Natural Born Killers. Pure example. What happens in the last scene of the movie Natural Born Killers? 1994. Woody Harrelson, Juliette Lewis, Tommy Lee Jones. Well, Tommy Lee Jones was the prison ward. The prisoners wanted to kill him. And they had the guards with 12-gauge shotguns. The prisoners are running up on Tommy Lee Jones, and they had a few guards with 12-gauge shotguns just kaboom, 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 you know? They took a few prisoners out, but eventually those prisoners overrun those guards, and they end up getting a hold of Tommy Lee Jones, and they end up decapitating him, chopping his head off. So I'm just saying, there's power in numbers. Your bullets eventually going to run out. And the government says they have 2 billion rounds of hollow points. Okay? So, that's it? That's all you got? 2 billion rounds? If we got 1 billion guns in this country, if citizens got 1 billion guns in this country alone, how many rounds of ammo do you think we have? It's going to be in the trillions, the quadrillions. There's power in numbers. That's all I'm saying. I ain't making no threats or anything like that. I'm just saying there's power in numbers. Anyway, a lot of shit going on. If you receive this transmission, you are the resistance against government tyranny. It was 3% of the colonialists, 3%, that fought against the British and made us free. 3%. This is not white supremacy. And I'm not ashamed of it.